Hi YouTube, it is Joe here, I'm a part-time eBay reseller from South East London, and I've not done a video in a long time. Just been really busy. I think I said in my last video yeah, just been really busy with work, so yeah, I thought I'd do another one. I've just been on holiday in Krakow, was there for 4 days, had a fantastic time, my wife and I, lovely little hotel, and yeah, did a couple of trips, did the Auschwitz trip, did this trip to the salt mine, just yeah, had an awesome time, really recommend it. Still one of the places in Europe where it's actually still reasonably cheap to go, but it's still really classy. You can sort of do what you want without sort of having to think it's so expensive all the time, like Venice or Rome or somewhere like that. So yeah, I highly recommend that. It was absolutely brilliant. I didn't put my shop on holiday mode. I did just sell stuff, and then when I was there for the first couple of days, I messaged people to say I'm sorry, but you know I'm only going to be able to post it when I get back on Friday, and everyone was fine about it. The people who I sold stuff to on like the Wednesday and Thursday, I just left it, and I just sort of it'll be a day late in posting, but yeah, it should be all right. So I'll show you what I sold, and I'll also show you what I picked up. A lot of people are saying the car boot sales start to stop and finish where they are. I think the one I go to sort of carries on all year round, although it does get pretty quiet this time of year now. But yeah, I still did alright, still got some good pickups and some good things out of the charity shops. So I will show you, yeah, I'll show you what I picked up first. This was last weekend before I went away. Yeah, some of this is from charity shops and most of it is from the car boot. Same again, just a pair of Air Force. They need washing and they need cleaning up, but they were £3 in their size 5, so that's sort of bread and butter pickup for me. That's sort of like £25 I should get back on those. From the charity shop, all these bits. I picked up one of these Nutella Scooby-Doo glasses, the Daphne one. I've got 3 of these already. My photo, which I took for them, was terrible though, so I'm going to redo the set of 4 with this Daphne. I've got like the Mystery Machine, Shaggy and Scooby, and I think now this one, so should do quite well on those. They're really collectible, they do well. Yeah, so they were from a old Nutella, the chocolate spread. So yeah, that was good. These were a bit of a duff. I didn't realise. A lot of audiobooks are really good. These were 2 for 50. Their CDs were 50p, and then they were sort of buy one get one free. So I picked up a couple of audiobooks for 50p, but they're not particularly good ones. So I'll do well to get about £5-6 on the pair of those. This fire engine, again, I'll have to look into it. I may or may not sell it, but I've got loads of people I know who love Playmobil and their kids and stuff like that. So I might just give that away. That was 50p. This from the car boot sale. This was some like vintage Lego, and this was £1. Now I picked this up primarily because sometimes there's a few bits in here that might be really worth something. There's like some sinks and some taps and stuff like that, but it turns out, you know, it's not really worth anything. I'll get £1 back on it easy, no problem with that. But yeah, not a great pickup, not too much to report there. This first time I've ever had these guys. I got the set of Tweenies. These were in a charity shop. Their toys were 50p each, or £1 for big ones, or £1.50 for large ones. I took these 4 over to the till and I said, how much are these ones? These large, medium or small? She goes, oh, they're 20p each. So I paid 80p for the set of 4. They're ones which the limbs sort of stay in position. I don't think they're the biggest ones you can get, but the limbs sort of stay out where you put them. They're all in pretty reasonable condition. This one's got slightly dirty feet, but yeah, I should do alright. I should get about £20 back on those. Monopoly and Cluedo's just same old but pretty boring, but I will show you what happened. I looked at these were at the charity shop, I mean at the car boot, and I paid £1 for each of these. Now the reason, this one hasn't got any money in it, but has absolutely loads of count figures and pieces, which seems to, you can sell by themselves and do quite well on. And then the other one below it, I won't open it up, but it's got absolutely loads of hotels and houses and double money, so I had to buy both of them to try and put them back together as they should be. But there's loads of extra pieces because that one's got its metal counters already in it, so yeah. And I paid £1 for those. I mean, they're not brilliant sellers. I mean, I tend not to bother with them actually. It's only because it had all the extra counters and extra bits in it. But you get about sort of 10 to 12 quid back on those. So less all the postage and all the fees. There's maybe about 4 or 5 quid in them, which for some people's cool, but I don't know. I just think that's quite a lot of work and counting and stuff like that. But I've got the listing set up, so it's not too bad. Picked up this Star Wars Jenga Death Star. I've got the Darth Vader face, one of these, and it was missing one of the like the characters that you fire at the Death Star. But yeah, 50p for that one. I might sell both as a pair because there's not a huge amount of value in them, but around Christmas time they might do all right. And then Escalada, I've had that once before and sold that for sort of quite good money. So yeah, I think got 25 quid for it around there. Need to double check it's complete. Around Christmas time, that's not a bad seller. My father-in-law came out with me, and I tend not to stick with him because he takes his time a little bit more and I tend to whiz round, but I obviously missed these, and he picked them up for me. And a really nice pair of female blue Vans. The female ones have got a closer waffle pattern on the bottom. and they're slightly slimmer here. Really good condition. I think they've got a price still on them what they were when they first came out, 45 quid. Don't know who would have paid that for them, but yeah, they were 3 quid and should look to get about 15 to 20, maybe 20 actually back on those. They are only a size 3 though, so they're quite a small size. I've not got them all out, but I picked up a couple of glasses. I picked up these. I picked up 6 Peroni glasses for 3 quid and 12 Guinness ones for 6 quid. They're all brand new and they're in their box, so it shouldn't be too difficult to post. But they tend to do reasonably well, particularly the Peroni ones. There's guys who had lots of glasses from a pub clearance or something like that. And these are the nice harp ones, the sort of like ones which are, yeah, a bit sort of embossed and stuff like that. So they're quite nice and they tend to do all right. I'll sell them as a 12 and should look to get about 20 quid, maybe a bit more back on them. So they're not brilliant, but not bad. Best pickup, I suppose, you guys probably like this one, was the N64. A guy who is up there quite regularly. He sells sometimes, but not all the time. And he sort of said, "Oh, I've got something for you." And he pulled me aside, and I had to walk back to the car park. He said he got an N64, and I said, "Oh, has it got any games?" He said it got 5 games with it. So I was like, "Okay, it might be worth seeing." And yeah, so I had 3 controllers. I always check all the controllers. 2 of them are pretty good. The joysticks right themselves back into the middle. This one's a bit, as you can see, that's a bit sort of flimsy, but it should be all right to do as a bundle. Check this, it just had the regular expansion in there, not the sort of the additional one, but it's not been taken out. And then it had 5 games, sorry, and the games were pretty, 2 of the games were pretty reasonable actually. It's got Mario 64 boxed with the instructions and Mario Kart 64. It's not got the white insert, but it's got its instructions, but a couple of these have got their white insert, so I'll just take that out and pop that in there to make these 2 up. I might sell these 2 individually and then bundle the rest, or I might just do all the games. As they're boxed games, you can sort of get a bit of a premium for them. But I paid 35 quid for that. He wanted 40 for it. And then I said, "Oh, I'll give you 35, I'll give you 30 or 35 for it." And he was okay with that. For me, I tend not to sort of haggle with those guys, particularly when they've gone to the hassle of like putting something aside for you, calling you over. You know it's worth well over 100 quid. And then they're, you know, I just think it's silly to sort of faff around over a fiver with them. So yeah, paid the price for that. So I was really pleased with that. Yeah, and N64 seem to be doing quite well at the moment. And again, Christmas, sort of good time to have those. Picked up an old Liverpool shirt for a couple of quid, I think. Football History Kits is the website I use to date all of those, which is really helpful, really good. And I picked up 3 pairs of Levi's at the car boot sale, and they were all a quid. A pair of 501s, 30-32. I've said in lots of listings, I tend to prefer to get them with the waist bigger than the leg, but if it's only a couple of inches and it's still sort of like a reasonable size, I'll go for it. So yep, pick them up. These sort of pair of beige 551s, 36-34, so a good big size. And then these ones, 529s, 32-30. Now, these sort of Levi's, if they're £1 at the boot sale, I'm always going to pick them up. It's got a little bit of wear here, actually, I've just noticed. But these sort of Levi's I'm always going to pick up. If these are sort of 8 quid in a charity shop, I tend not to bother. I tend just to stick to 501s, 506, 512 and 511s. But yeah, for a quid I thought I'd give those guys a bit of a chance. So yeah, that's all the stuff I picked up on. That's just from last week. I'm probably going to go out again this Saturday if the weather's good. It looks a bit miserable out, so I'll have to see about that. In terms of things that I sold, I did pretty well. So in the 4 days that I was away, I just left the auctions running. So yeah, I'll whiz through what I sold. I sold this Street Fighter 2 for 12 quid, and that's going to Italy. I picked up last weekend some sort of audiobooks, some children's audiobooks, and did alright with a couple of these. I've sold one of them already, but then, yeah, I paid 5 quid for a set of about 5 of them. This Sapphire Battersea Jacqueline Wilson one, got £12.95 for that, with free shipping. This Famous 5, I got 7 quid for that one. This is a couple of Ghostface Killer of the Wu-Tang Clan fame albums. These are some of the things that I picked up and sort of scanned into Magpie, and they come up as worth a little bit. And the thing is, it's worth saying, with CDs, if you can get a couple from the same guy, it's always worth selling a pair, in my opinion. In as much that will still go as an F3 large letter, so it's still going in one of these F3 Jiffy bags. But whereas this one might be worth like 5 quid, and this one might be worth sort of 3 quid by itself, you've got to pay £1.28 on postage and on the listing fee and on the eBay thing. You're better off sticking them both together, asking maybe a quid less, but you know, you work out with much more overall because you haven't got to pay postage on 2 and all the eBay fees on both of them, etc. So worth thinking. It's not really worth sticking a third one in there. As soon as you stick a third one in there, you're going to go up to a small parcel, which is £2.80 with Royal Mail or £2.60 with Hermes. So you've got to make extra money on the one that you're going to add if you're going to add a third or a fourth one in there. But yeah, for a pair, that's why I tend to like to sell them, and I got £7 for those two. Dawn of War, it's not the complete box set, it's just got a couple of them in there, the gold edition, got £7 for that. Microsoft Office 2003, not a particularly good one, but £12 for that one. Turtles, Mutant Melee, I got £4. £4 is the lowest I'll sell a PS2 game for by itself. Even then I should really start looking to bundle that up with another Turtles game, again to sort of beat the postage on that, but yeah, that's gone. This Viz, I think I paid £1 for this, got £9.50 for it, it's sealed, and it's the sort of box set of that, so not a huge amount of money. These were pretty good. I picked up 2 of these DVDs last weekend as well. They're sealed and they're new, and they're sort of by Tartan publishers or whoever that video thing, and they just looked pretty good. They looked decent, they looked interesting, and I got £20 for this one. It's like a box set, this Ozu volume 2, and then this When the Last Sword is Drawn. I got £7 for that, having paid 50p for each of those, so I was pleased with that. Sold these this set of Harry Potter special editions. I think I paid sort of £5 for the set of all of those off somebody, or £1 each or something like that, so £8, but not made a huge amount of money. Managed to sell them for £20. It's all the double disc special editions. One of them's missing its sleeve, but that was alright. This, I knocked the price down a little bit on this, had it up for £30, which is really top end, just knocked it down to £27, and that's sold. That's the Harry Potter audio book of the Half-Blood Prince. These are really worth picking up. I've still got one more of those to sell. In this little bag there's some Justice League cards. I picked up a Justice League bundle for £40 about coming up to almost a year ago now, and I got the figures lifted. There were some Burger King ones, there was also some sort of I don't know, they weren't Jack's ones, but something like that. There were some really nice ones all sealed, and I got £8 back for these, which is great. The figures, I'm sort of not knocking the price down too much. I think there's a Justice League movie coming out in, I don't know, I think it's end of 2017 or something, so it's a bit of a wait if I'm going to hold on to them for then. But I'm sure I will sell them, so I'm not going to knock the price down too much on them. This FIFA 98, picked these up a load of games. I think I paid 50p each for these big box games. I only got £7 back on that one, so less all the postage, shipping, not much money on that. The Hyper Hammer, got £28 back on that with free shipping, which is nice. Did alright on some of my Converse, the good ones. These padded collar 2s, I got £35 on those with free shipping. Black ones, really nice condition. These ones £25. This is another leather pair, size 4, so a bit smaller. And then I got £30 on these ones, these 2 straps. It's interesting though, like Converse are a really funny bag nowadays, really. So I managed to sell these sort of 3 pairs for 25, 30 and 35. But then I've got like ones like this, which are in really beautiful condition, really good ones, pink ones here, really nice. But they've got a bit of a ceiling on them, some of these. You're not going to do well to ever really get over sort of £15 on these, maybe £20, but sorry about that, I think I just lost some of my battery. But no, I was just sort of saying, you just got to be a bit careful on the Converse that you pick up and what you pay for them, because these sort of ones, I say, I've had them for a while, it's sort of £15 and can't shift them, but you know, so they might be sort of a couple of quid to pick up, but then these ones you might be worth spending a tenner on something like this if you can sell it for 35. So yeah, just to say, not all Converse, there's not all money in all of them. This is a nice pair of patent sort of shiny Air Force Ones, got £25 for those with free shipping. And then this pair of Levi's, these are a pair of 501s, their waist, I think 30 waist or something like that. Yeah, 32-inch waist, but I think they've shrunk in, and they've also been cut down to a 27, and I hate it when that happens. You just don't notice it sometimes when you're at the boot sale, but they're harder to sell when they've got like a really short leg, but still managed to get £20 for those, so pleased with them. And I sold 3 of these. Sorry, I lost you again. It's not a battery problem, it's a memory problem. Got filled out with too much photos and videos. Anyway, last thing I sold, I sold 3 of these pairs of DMs for £60 each. Well, 58, sort of £59. So that was great. Because yeah, doing really well on those. I think I've sold about 15 pairs of those, give or take now. Still got some more to get rid of, but a few people are inquiring about them and wanting multiple purchases. So yeah. So I was really pleased. I think I sold 24 items over the 4 days of being away on holiday, and the great thing about it was it's because I've sort of paid all my bills and everything's sorted out and my cash flow's fine because I sort of work full time as well. It almost is like it's all money coming straight back into the PayPal, straight back into your account. So it's really great. So I didn't quite pay for the holiday while I was away, but it put a good hit in it, a good dent in it. Anyway, yeah, that's that. That's what I've been up to. So I may go out tomorrow. I may do a little update video if I do about that. But anyway, yeah, it's been great to sort of just give a bit of information back, catch up with you guys. One final thing to say, I did actually bump into a guy on last Saturday. Just came out. He just said, "Oh, do you do videos on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And it's like, how do you know? He goes, oh yeah, I watched some of you guys and stuff like that. So yeah, Luke, if you're watching, it was nice to meet you, and best of luck in all your sort of your business and your reselling. That's the first time it's happened to me. I don't know. Obviously, you've got a good ear, so yeah, recognise my voice. But anyway, that was great. And anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope sort of sales in the build up to Christmas are going really well. And I'll speak soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.